G'day guys, Steve Morgan here for Fishing Monthly Magazine's up on top of Cape Hillsborough, which is just north of Mackay in central Queensland, and it's a great view. But it's an even better view for recreational fishermen because none of these waters from Cape Hillsborough through to St Helens on the coast are commercially netted anymore. It's one of Queensland's new net-free zones. Now the perception is if there's no nets, the fishing is just going to get better and better. But let's not just take logic's word for it. Let's go and talk to some of the locals about what their view of the effect of this net-free zone actually is for you, the recreational fisherman.
Yep. The net-free zones in the Mackay, Seaforth, St Helens and Cape Hillsborough area, they're about 127 square kilometres. They start from just south of me here. They go 0.6 of a nautical mile around Cape Hillsborough, and then from the most eastern point at Indian Heads out the front, just over here to my right, they go straight through to St Helens. So 127 kilometres, 127 square kilometres in total, which is a rather small one, but we're happy to get what we've got.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting proposition that we've got now that the fish numbers are really going to increase, and that's what our initial data survey is showing. Those fish that were once being taken out via the commercial gill nets are now in situ, still out there. The larger fish are breeding, the fish numbers are going up. It's more for you and I to catch, and at the end of the day, it's better for the commercials that fish neighbouring regions too, because of the recruitment and the spillover effect. They will go out of the zone and into those neighbouring areas where people fish. So I believe that in the end, everyone's a winner.
Well, the fishing before it was implemented we were catching a lot of undersized fish and some legal sized fish, but since it's been implemented we're no longer catching the undersized fish. They're all legal because they're not being filtered out by the nets.
Yeah, so Seaforth area isn't a well-known king salmon area. But just in last couple of months I have really noticed not so much huge numbers, but constant catches of king salmon. We've had one case just recently where one customer got 7, but he had a structure scan and he reckons he saw 50 in the school on a side scan, so that's very positive signs. So
it's taking that little deviation turn in Mackay to go fish around Seaforth or St Helens or Black Rock Creek. The fishing there is going to be amazing, and it's these little gems on our doorstep that we've got to embrace.
Okay, here at Cape Hillsborough, a lot of our land-based fishing, we're mainly looking at whiting, flathead, bream, the odd grunter off the beach, that type of stuff. We are starting to get a few more salmon come in during the winter, just blue salmon, but the nice fresh fish, you definitely can't complain with that. For people who have boats, we happen to be blessed with a very deep channel, only probably 100 metres off our coastline here. And that obviously brings in the bigger fish. So people in boats, within 10 litres of fuel, they can be fishing in 80 feet of water, right beside rock cliff faces. So the habitat is absolutely brilliant for bringing in them bigger fish. In the deeper water, our prize fish, I would imagine, would be the finger mark or the golden snapper, we call it now. We get a lot of grunter, a lot of the barred grunter. The jewfish, we get a lot of jewies come through. Obviously the mackerel in the late winter, that type of the season. And yeah, obviously the barramundi is also one of the big prize ones as well. They also get in amongst the rocks out in the deep water, and every now and then we'll get a nice barra come through as well. So it's a really, really good variety. It's very hard to target one species because we have so much out there, but it's only getting better.
Yeah, so pretty much you don't need anything special to fish the net-free zone. Bring your own existing rods and reels up. Go see the guys at a local tackle store. They're the guys with the knowledge. They'll deck you out with the right terminal tackle, and away you go.
The commercial catch data over the last 4 years have averaged about 27 tonne of fish have come out of the net-free zones every year for the past 4 years before the net-free zones come through. So how I sell that to the tourism industry is I simply say for every year that the nets are out of the water, we've categorically left 27 tonne of fish in the water, which are all our breeder fish, because obviously they can't take anything undersized as commercial fishermen. So we've left 27 tonne of fish in that water that can rehabilitate and breed up for the next season. So even if recreational fishing doubled, let's say we only had 20 tonne of 20 tonne of fish stay in the water, It's 20 tonne of fish per year that gets to rehabilitate for our industry and for our kids. It's a no-brainer.